and sunshine beating down on your face, feeling nice and relaxed, just starting to dream, and then all of a sudden you're jolted awake to the sound of squealing tires and screeching metal, and your head is really dizzy from spinning, and all you can think about is what just happened. The lesson I learned from my experience is that a good outcome can always come from a bad experience, no matter how bad it is. And my story started with my family and I were on our way to somewhere in Cedar Rapids, and we were kind of in a hurry, and I was sleeping at the time, and we were pulling up to the intersection, and my dad thought it was a green light, but it wasn't. So we were kind of speeding through, and we were turning left, and then the car from the right was also kind of in a hurry, so they came speeding right at us and hit us right in the side, which happened to be right where I was sitting. So it completely smashed my leg into the door because I was kind of sitting on the side of my seat. I don't know why, because I always sit like that, I guess. And so my leg was literally smashed, and we were spinning in circles in the middle of this road, and it was really scary. And when we finally got to a stop, I saw all the cars around us were stopping and coming to see if we were okay. And I could hear my sister crying in the front seat, and my dad kept turning around asking if I was okay, but I really didn't know. I couldn't even respond to that. And I just remember seeing broken glass everywhere, and my leg was just smashed, and it was weird. And then the firemen and ambulance people came, and one of the firemen happened to be my uncle that was working that day. So he was sitting there trying to keep me calm and relaxed the whole time, so I was freaking out. And while the others were trying to get me out, because it was kind of hard with my leg stuck. And I can't remember how, but somehow they got me out, and they took me out the back of the van and put me in the ambulance. And I remember I was so scared. They didn't even turn the sirens on because that probably would have scared me more. And in the ambulance, I remember they're trying to put the IV in me, and as a second grader, I didn't really know what an IV was. So I was screaming and stuff, so they were trying to explain that to me. But I was so scared. And so we raced to the hospital at St. Luke's, and we got to the emergency department, and they raced me out, and I remember everyone was staring and looking, and then I got into this emergency room, and it turned out they had to do a mini surgery on my head and my leg, because my head and my leg were all cut open and stuff. And so to do that, they had to give me some kind of paralyzing medicine, is what they called it. And it's supposed to make you feel like you're sleeping, but you aren't actually sleeping. And I just remember my parents were trying to talk to me, and I couldn't respond to them at all. You can't speak when you're on it. I don't know why. And I could see everything that was going on, doctors working on my leg and everything. But it was really blurry and weird. And when I closed my eyes, it kind of looked like wires were running through my head, and it just felt like a dream. It was really weird. And so the accident happened in the late afternoon, and I didn't get out of it until the middle of the night, I think. So it took a while. And then they let me go home, and they wanted me to stay on bed rest for 3 weeks, I think it was. They wouldn't let me take a step at all. And so that meant no school. So I was off of school for 3 weeks, and while I was off of school, my whole second grade class wrote me get well notes and drew me all pictures, so I gotta read those in my free time. And they sent me cookies, a lot of food, and balloons and everything. And so then when I got back to school, I still couldn't walk, of course, but at least my leg was better. And I thought everyone would think of me differently because I kind of had I had a big bandage around my head and a a big leg cast and everything. And since I couldn't walk, I couldn't go to gym class or I couldn't go out to recess, so the teacher planned different activities that I could do inside with some friends. So I got to choose a couple friends to stay in with me, so we just played games and drew pictures or stuff like that. And so the main thing I learned for this is just caring for others and having those special friends and family to support you through the tough times is important. And as a second grader, I was really shy and quiet, so it helped me develop new friends and be more social. And that all led to the good outcome that came out of the bad experience.